Okay, listen to this. $10,000 per month as a student. It might sound crazy to you, but I recently discovered a couple things over the last year that might make this a very real reality for a lot of you. So watch, and I'm going to show you how. Guys, it's me. I know. It's been a while. I've been doing a lot of stuff over the last year or so that's meant I haven't uploaded as many YouTube videos. But one of the things that I've been doing with a friend of mine recently as kind of an experiment that kind of built the idea for this video is I actually started a pressure washing business on the side. And it gave me a lot of ideas for how young people, students in particular, might be able to make $10,000 per month while still being a student in a way that it's not gimmicky. There's no crazy tricks or things you need to do, and I'm gonna explain exactly what you can do and how you can do it in this video. Okay, so $10,000 per month as a student. I know it probably sounds crazy, and you know, if I just floated that concept to most of you, even if you're not a student, I'm guessing most of you wouldn't really have a clue how to go about doing that if you've never done it before. And the situation probably gets even worse because there are just so many online gurus out there who make the idea of making $10,000 per month seem like it's easy and simple to do. You watch their videos, buy their courses, and 6 months later, you're still not making $10,000 per month. I'm gonna tell you right now that it is probably not gonna be easy. But the good news is that it is totally possible and even realistic for those of you that have the right mindset and game plan. So that's exactly what I'm gonna focus on giving you in this video. I'm gonna try to help you build a game plan and adopt the right mindset so that you actually have a chance of making $10,000 per month as a student. And also, after this video, I'm also gonna leave you a link in the description to another video I made a couple years ago. If you haven't already watched it, it's a total copywriting course for beginners. So if you're the type of person who's interested in figuring out how to make $10,000 per month as a student or just as anyone, and you're curious about how email copywriting or copywriting in general might help you along that mission, there's a link in the description. Check it out when you finish this video. Okay, so $10,000 per month as a student. If you want to have any chance of actually succeeding in that goal, the first thing you need to adopt is the right mindset. And I'm going to explain what I mean by that. Because without this mindset, you're probably going to fail. So here are a few things that you really need to realize and internalize so that you're on the right path and you do have the right mindset to make this happen for yourself. The first thing you need to realize is that if you're a student and you're trying to make $10,000 per month while still being a student, this is something that might be seen as abnormal for someone your age. It's not probably something you've seen many people accomplish. So if you're going out on this mission, you need to realize that so you can put yourself into perspective and have the right expectation for the success that you're having. The second thing you need to realize in this mindset for actually being able to do this is that as a student, you're at a natural disadvantage because you're going to have to balance your priorities of making $10,000 per month with your priorities of being a student. That's something you're gonna have to balance, and that's really important. Another thing you need to realize is that due to the fact that you're probably younger, you're a student, and you probably don't have a whole lot of real world work experience, you're gonna be at a natural disadvantage because you probably don't have many skills that seasoned employees or people who've been working a career for many years have gained through that time in a career. So it might take you some time to learn the particular skills you're going to need to know to actually accomplish this goal. You know, there's going to be a bunch of learning for you personally along the way, and don't be afraid if you have certain road bumps that you hit that you need to overcome that a lot of older, more seasoned, experienced workers don't seem to hit when they start off on a venture like this. That's all normal for someone in your position, so you need to realize that. So once you've adopted all that and got that in your head, get ready to pause this video. From this point on, rewind and rewatch this coming part until you get it totally right and ingrained in your head. You need to be ready to work hard if you have any chance of making this happen. You got to be ready to work hard. If you think you're watching this video because this is a get rich quick, close the video. Nice knowing you. Good luck finding some imaginary way of making $10,000 per month. You need to be ready to work hard. Second, you need to realize that this might not be as easy for you to accomplish as it might be for other people based on your unique circumstances. Get that in your head. You need to realize that. We already talked about this. As a student, you have conflicting priorities. Be ready to balance them because being a student is also very important. And also probably most important of all of these little things that I'm telling you before I actually get into the meat and potatoes of this is that if you tell people that you're after making $10,000 per month as a student, it's going to sound ridiculous to a lot of people because most people don't have an open mind. They're used to sticking to their jobs. They know what people tell them that they can know, and they're probably going to doubt you. You need to be able to overcome that. Once you've adopted all this into your mindset, you're probably ready to get rolling on the next step, building your game plan. I would recommend that as a student, you want to pick something to sell that requires little time and not too many nuanced skills to master really quickly. Odds are you don't have many years of work experience under your belt, and you probably don't have many tangible skills already that are super lucrative that you can sell. So I'd recommend picking things that you can learn quickly and won't cost you a ton of money to get started with. My recommendation is to focus on selling things where you're trading your time for some sort of a service that most people either don't know how to do, don't have the time to do, or just don't want to do in their day-to-day lives. And there's a lot of money in this, and I'll get back to the business I started recently and I'll explain to you how I learned that based on my own experience. So the two things I'm going to recommend you consider in this video are window cleaning and pressure washing. So I mentioned earlier that over the last year, me and a friend have been dabbling with this test pressure washing business that we've been growing on the side of all the other things that we're doing. And let me tell you, cleaning people's homes, windows, driveways, patios, decks, fences, whatever, has proven to be a service that I've been selling with my buddy on the side. People don't want to do it. They're paying like $100 to $200 an hour to do these things. And there is a ton of work because these days, people in your position are looking for easy, no effort ways of making money. So they're wasting all their time doing that. And then these types of jobs that have always been around and people still need, the prices are getting higher and higher and higher because there's fewer and fewer people willing to do them, supply and demand. So for this video, I'm focused on window cleaning and pressure washing. And the reason I'm suggesting these to people who are students is because over the last year, I've realized that with pressure washing as an example, we've been making $2,000 per day with minimal investment, minimal training, and minimal equipment. It's been insane. And, me and my partner have been talking to each other and we're like, why haven't we started something like this when we were in school? Rather than working minimum wage like I did at a bank, I could be making $100 per hour, very simply cleaning stuff for people. It's crazy. And there's also a ton of YouTube channels that focus on window cleaning. I'll put a screenshot of one of them in this video at some point, but there's this guy who goes out with his brother and they're selling 5 or 6 houses a day for window cleaning. It takes them 20 or 30 minutes to complete, and they're making like $200 to $300 per house in one day. That's like $1,500 a day. And what are they doing? They're squeegeeing a window with soap and water. So focus on these things and I'll explain to you how we got our business set up really quickly and easily and how you can do the same. Because honestly, it's a realistic way that just working weekends, like let's say you fill 5 days a month, Saturday, Sunday, and another Saturday, doing like a window cleaning or a pressure washing type gig, and you fully maximize each of those days and you're making, let's say, $2,000 a day, that alone in 5 days is $10,000 in a month, and it is possible. We've been doing it, and I'm running all this other stuff that I'm running. It's nuts. So here's the steps you're probably going to need to take. The first is you either need to purchase or rent equipment. So in the example of window cleaning, you literally need buckets, squeegees, maybe something to scrub a window, and if necessary for 2-story homes, a ladder. You can buy most of this stuff for really, really cheap. A ladder you can borrow from family or friends, but you do need the equipment. The next thing you're going to do is you are going to focus not on getting paid customers at first. Once you have your equipment, go to your friends and family and offer to do the service for them for free. That's what we did. Every Saturday, we'd pick a different relative or a different friend. We said, hey, let us clean your driveway. Let us clean your deck. What this allowed us to do is it allowed us to gain the skills required to actually do this service with a level of confidence for paying customers. And most importantly, it allowed us to record content for us to put on our Instagram account that ultimately helped us get our first few customers once we got started. So do a bunch of free work, get all the equipment you need to either pressure wash or window clean, go to 5 of your friends or family, say, hey, next weekend, can I do this for you for free? We're starting a business, we want to practice, and we're doing it for free to get our foot in the door. So once you've done all that, you've gotten the equipment, you've done a bunch of free jobs for your friends and family, and you've recorded it and made all these great Instagram reels. A great way to market, and this is where a lot of the legwork and hard work aspect of this comes in, is to print off flyers. So we used a site called Vistaprint. We printed off I think it was 5,000 door hangers. You could even just print out the sheets of paper kind. They're a little bit cheaper. I think in total for 5,000, cost about $300. You're gonna take those flyers and literally walk around neighborhoods in your spare time, evenings or weekend mornings or whenever you can, and hang them on people's door. What we found is that for every 1,000 flyers we hung out, we got about 1 or 2 paid customers and about 3 leads. And you might think, hey, 1 or 2 paid customers for 1,000 flyers doesn't sound that great. But when each customer is paying us between $1,000 and $3,000, that $300 it cost for those 5,000 flyers is paid off with 1 customer, and we're making a profit. So highly recommend printing off. You don't even have to do 5,000. Start with 500, 1,000, whatever you can afford, and start handing them out and make this a regular part of your week, because this is going to be probably the number one way you get clients. And the reason is that most people doing businesses like this these days, they don't want to market. They don't want to go handing things out door to door. They're lazy. If you're not lazy, you might be able to get a lot of high-paying customers really early on. You just got to strap on your running shoes and start going door to door handing out these flyers. Also, if you don't know how to design these flyers yourself, sign up for Canva's free account. There are a ton of free templates where you can just put in your logo and information about your service, and you're good to go. So the fourth thing you're gonna do to get this business off the ground is one thing that you've already started in that first step or second step, doing free jobs for your friends and family. You're gonna take those videos you recorded of yourself doing free work, and you're gonna start posting it on an Instagram account, tagging your local community, putting hashtags of the relevant service you're doing, and just keep doing this every week. Every time you do a job, record some videos and get them on Instagram. We've found that videos that show us completing a certain type of work, like pressure washing as an example, or window cleaning, it kind of falls into that bucket of satisfying videos that people love to watch. And some of those people might be prospective customers. So get posting on Instagram. And the fifth step is the same as the third step. Once you've gotten all these things rolling, print out more door hangers and keep handing them out. This is going to be the one thing that you're consistently doing and you can't give up on, that makes this difficult for most people, but it is a proven and surefire way of getting business. Every week, make sure you're handing out flyers. The more flyers you hand out, the more customers you're going to get. It is literally such a simple thing for students to do to drum up business. So far I've explained on the most basic level the 5 basic steps you need to take to start this type of a service business that can generate you $10,000 or more per month in as little as 5 days if you pack those days full of jobs. The first step, as a recap, is you got to buy the equipment. Second step, you got to do a bunch of free work for your friends and family to gain the skills, get comfortable with what you're doing, and record videos that you're later going to use for Instagram. The third step is you're going to print out a bunch of flyers and you're going to get into the habit of handing these flyers out. The fourth step is you're going to create an Instagram account and you're going to start posting the videos of all the projects you've completed to help drum up even more business. And then the fifth step is to keep going with the flyers and door hangers. And then you wash, rinse, and repeat. And over time, you're going to start getting a ton of leads that are going to be calling you, emailing you. You go see their property or you give them a quote over the phone. They book you for jobs. And now all of a sudden, you're making a ton of money every time you go out to do one of these projects. So here are some disclaimers, if you're going to do this, that if you haven't noticed them yet in the video, I'm going to make extra clear for you. The first is it's going to take some physical legwork to get clients in the first place. You physically have to go out and hand out flyers. You can't get around that aspect. And if you're too lazy to do that, then this is not for you. The second thing is be extra careful and take all necessary precautions if you're using a ladder or power equipment. You do not want to hurt yourself or somebody else or damage their property. Like I said earlier, it will take you time to get clients because you're going door to door handing out flyers, and it is physical work. Don't get discouraged if it takes you a bunch of time to get those first few clients rolling in. It's part of the process. The next one is that this is honestly something that is so doable. I've started doing this with a partner. I own a piece of a pressure washing company for the last year or so, and it's something I really wish I started when I was 15, 16 years old, because I don't even want to think about how much money this business could have made me over the last 15, 20 years. And the last disclaimer that I'm going to give you is one that we're starting to find ourselves in, is if you do this and you're successful at hitting that goal of $10,000 per month, odds are you've gotten to a point where you kind of now have a little business running. And you might find yourself in a situation where now you need to make a serious decision of where you want to take this business. Do you want to hire employees? Do you want to keep growing it? Do you want to sell it? You will hit that inflection point, and that might create a bit of a situation in your life where you need to choose one path versus another if you were already on another path. So those are my disclaimers. This is a way that I think a lot of you who've been trying to make money online and might not have had success can do something a whole lot simpler than a lot of the things you might be trying to pursue on the internet by just doing something simple like this. A service-based business, you're trading your time for money as a student. What else do you have to be doing? And it's the type of thing where people just don't want to do this type of work anymore. So you could be making hundreds of dollars per hour doing something as simple as window cleaning or pressure washing, just because you've taken the initiative, you're ready to walk door to door all the time handing out flyers, and you're ready to do the work, which will take some movement and muscle from your body to get done. But it's a great thing that I've been playing around with on the side, so much so that I decided to make this video, because I think it's something that all you students out there looking for ways to make great money, this could be it for you. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll answer as best I can, and good luck. I really look forward to hearing about how your businesses are going once you give it a shot. Cheers, guys.